Hello and welcome to Sephra's Pop Culture Channel. Yes, it's been a while since I've popped with the culture, but here we are. And just a few short things. So last time I made a recording, Big Brother Canada 12 was just starting, and I had a friend, Dennis, who was in the house, and he got evicted in the third week. Actually, he got backstabbed in the third week. I know it's a backstabbing game, but even for someone like me who doesn't watch it all the time, it seemed like a pretty vicious backstabbing because Dennis had saved this dude only the week before, as otherwise he would have gone home. So Dennis saved this guy, and also they had bonded quite a bit just as friends from Dennis's point of view, but Vivek sent him home, and it was heartbreaking and horrible. And now Big Brother 12 is being canceled, and I think it's because it was such a not the best season. I don't watch Big Brother on a regular basis, so I don't have a lot to judge by it, but it seemed like they got rid of some of the more interesting characters or personalities early in the game, and then we were left with people who just for some reason were playing for Spicy V and Anthony instead of for themselves, which was very strange to me because it's like, why do you want them to win the big bucks? Why aren't you playing for yourself? At the end of the day, Bailey won, and that's fine. Good. We got a woman, a lesbian woman, winning the prize. And why it's being canceled, I don't know. Fans who have been watching this thing for 20 years or whatever says a lot of it was the enjoyment of the show is hampered by the fact that they don't have live feeds. And for me as a casual viewer, it's like I don't even know why it's called Big Brother because there are no, it seems to me if it's based on the concept of the 1984 book where you're constantly being watched and you have no privacy and everything is out there, then yeah, this isn't Big Brother. It's just like another Traders game or something. I don't even know. And then plus, I don't know how the fans, like if they listen to fans, but some of those competitions were just gross and horrible. And like the food ones where they're like wasting a lot of food. They're rolling through food. There's all, yeah. And when we're having food shortages right now, it seemed really out of tune, out of touch with some of the competitions that they had. I prefer more the puzzle ones and ones where you have to use your brain or do a maze or strategy and skill, not wasting food when people can't even go to the food bank. So that was my problem. Anyways, it's over. It's canceled. It's done. And my buddy only made it to 3 weeks, but hopefully he'll have a wonderful new future as a reality star and other shows and opportunities that hopefully will come his way because he's very charismatic and a good player and well-spoken. And you go, Dennis. And oh yeah, so then I was also talking about American Horror Story, and good God, I don't know what happened. It had been interesting and then it all fell apart. But Ryan Murphy, Stephen King, suffered your own. We're all shitty at endings. So- and even though this particular American Horror Story, Delicate, was based on a novel which presumably had an ending, I don't know what the hell that last episode was like. What? And then it was over. Yeah, they had planted some really interesting seeds along the way in that story, but they didn't do any callbacks or paybacks or whatever you want to call it. It just sort of ended. And on to the Acolyte. The Acolyte. Oh, how the fandom has split, as always, as usual, and whatever. Um, for me, I don't hate the Acolyte. I don't love the Acolyte. Um, I find the most amazing thing about the Acolyte is the character of Jedi Master Saul, played by Lee Young Jay, I don't know if I say it correctly, but his acting is amazing. The part is amazing. I'm just in love with this man. I'm just in love. I'm like, oh yeah, a new Jedi to love. So I'm enjoying the show because of him, not so much because of everyone else. Um, I find that the girl who plays the main character as an adult, and she plays the twins. Um, I'm finding, I don't know if it's her acting or the script she's given, but it's not ringing for me. Episode 3 just aired the other day, and for me that was the best episode, and it has actually piqued my interest in the show a little more than it did before. And it did exactly what I thought would happen. People were complaining about episode 1 and 2, and oh, we only saw Carrie Ann Moss for a minute, and blah, blah, blah. But I knew how they set it up and just how traditional storytelling works, that they would flash back to all of them and how they came to acquire how all these things happened, how Osha was a Jedi but not a Jedi, and but right now there's still a lot of strings hanging, and things may or may not make sense. I don't know. We have another 5 episodes to go, so there's the idea that what we saw in episode 3 might have just been one point of view, but maybe there's another point of view. Because we know May goes to a dark side or a Sith, or what they're calling Smilo Ren, because it's like a Kylo Ren mask but has venom teeth, so venom smile. So it's Smilo Ren. That made me crack up when I first saw that. Yeah, a lot of the acting is just not good in the Acolyte, but it might also just be the writing. I haven't seen yet that they've done the Force is female, that people are crying about, and I don't see yet that they've made R2-D2 a woman. So I'm not sure what all that backlash crying is about. In my opinion, R2-D2 has always been a man, if you're going to put genders on robots, because R2-D2 and C-3PO were Laurel and Hardy, or Abbott and Costello. They're the comic relief male couple that do their thing, and the comic relief and all that. So to suddenly decide R2-D2 is a woman is like very bizarre, and I'm not sure who started that rumor, and I haven't seen any indications of it so far in the Acolyte, but that doesn't mean anything. I have a problem in Star Wars. Well, we all have problems with Star Wars, but I have a problem with them using witches, and I know there's witches in some of the books I've never read. They used witches in whatever the hell we saw before this, Boba Fett or Obi-Wan or whatever. There were witches. Is it Obi-Wan? I don't even know anymore. And then now in this Acolyte, the twins are raised by a coven of witches, and they're all women witches, and that's all fine and dandy, but I don't like witches in Star Wars. I wish they wouldn't call them witches, because to me witches is a human construct. It's an earth construct. Real witches are at one with nature and the universe, but human, right? It's the way humans try to connect with the Force, no, like nature, and using herbs and plants to help things, and I'm thinking more of kitchen witches, I guess, and things like that, but even Wicca. And then for Wicca, you need to have the ideas of gods and devils and things like that, right? Maybe not. I don't know, spirit, mother, father. Depends where you're going. But anyways, to me, calling something in the Star Wars universe a witch or witches, it kind of bothers me, because this is a galaxy far, far away. These are stories of another time, of other types of creatures or beings. And to me, witches is a human earth construct. So it kind of pulls me out when they're all talking about witches. I didn't mind the whole, pulling the thread. That's a human construct too. The idea of pulling the thread. My brother and I have a joke about pulling the thread for a few years now. Um, and not with regard to the force, but just whatever. So I didn't mind that these witches are using the force in a different way and have a different interpretation of it. That part is great. It gets us out of the usual stuff, but um, they should come up with another word for it. But it's too late now, I guess, because this has kind of been done for a while now. And I guess they use the word witches because it's Disney, and we have the Disney witches, witches and bitches, and we have, little kids can identify with what a witch is, whereas if they called them like an Oonga Booga or something, then maybe it wouldn't be as easily a thumbnail to identify with. I don't know. The Acolyte right now, the story is a bit confusing. There are parts of it that I really enjoy, then parts of it are like, what? Say what? When they're saying that they made Osha May through the Force, but I hope it wasn't like they did with Anakin, because Anakin was supposed to be the chosen one. He's supposed to be unique. It was Palpatine's Frankenstein monster with the midichlorians and all that. So to have these witches say they used the same technique, I don't know if they did. I'm all for, creating something with magic. Why not? But I hope it wasn't the same sort of thing, because then it kind of takes away from Anakin's story and Anakin's hero journey and 9 movies worth of shit. If it's all just thrown away for no reason, right? Well, we already kind of lost the thread there with the last 3 movies anyways. It kind of retconned Anakin's importance and stuff. But I like the fact that we are kind of away from the Skywalkers, because there are lots of stories to be told. They don't all have to follow good and evil. They don't all have to follow Jedis and stormtroopers and all that stuff. The universe is a vast and glorious place, as are many galaxies. So it's interesting to see another story develop, but I don't know. Well, it's early in the game. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, episode 3, I felt a little better about things. I felt like, that there was some stuff being done. And like I said, I just love that character, Lee Young. Oh my God, why can't I remember his name? Lee Young Jae, who was our buddy in the Squid Games, right? And I loved him in that too. So, and apparently, I haven't done too deep of a dive because I don't want spoilers for the Acolyte, but apparently he learned English so he could do this role, because before that he didn't speak English, but then he was offered the Star Wars role. And so I love that too. Just all of it. He's so good because he has his interesting quality. He has an interesting face. And even though they de-age him or age him up or whatever with, the CGI, because we're talking, there's like 20 years difference in the stories and stuff. But he has a really nice innocence and wonderment about him. And you really feel like he cares about Osha, and he cares about the Jedi practice, whether it's good or evil in this version of the stories. It sounds like the Jedi are the bad guys in this story. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. We're not sure how that, we think May started the fire, but then why did that other Jedi dude kill himself? So I think there's more to the story. And how are the witches all dead? They were all lying there like they were dead, but they weren't burnt up. And I was watching Charlie Hopkins, he's a comedian who does a lot of deep fake Star Wars stuff. And his thing was like, yep, witches, burn them at the stake, they all burn. That's how they die. So that cracked me up watching him this morning, doing his little feedback on episode 3. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll hang on for the ride for the Acolyte. And I don't even know what else is on. I've just been trying to work and hang out and do my thing and write some books. And So I hope you're all well, and I hope you enjoy this video. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I always forget that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much.